A pensive pilgrim, spiritual impressions for June 3rd. A verse of the day comes from the book of Judges, chapter 3, verse 12. And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord strengthened Eglon, the king of Moab, against Israel, because they had done evil in the sight of the Lord. If it were not true that God had his eyes upon Israel, it would have been possible for them to commit their evil out of his sight. But God had made Israel a special people, and therefore they were expected to behave differently than the nations around them. Eglon and the Moabites were filthy heathens that had no good standing before God. In fact, Israel's evil most likely paled in comparison to the evil of Eglon and Moab. But God's people ought never to compare themselves to the world to prove their goodness. It matters very little if we are better in our own eyes than the average sinner, if in the eyes of God we are doing evil. God expects more out of his children than he does from the children of disobedience. He expects disobedience from them, but he expects obedience from us. Disobedience to God is no different than doing evil in his sight. Thank God that if we are his children, he will always attempt to correct us. This is why in each person's life that he loves, there may occasionally arise an Eglon of the Moabites. So be careful.